Hey guys, I'm back with another book talk, and this book talk actually goes along with my previous book talk because it's a new series I have started. So let's go ahead and get started with this. This book talk is over Through the Zombieglass by Gena Showalter. This is the second installment in the White Rabbit Chronicles series. In my pants is linked the first book talk. So, my thoughts on the first book. I actually really enjoyed the first book. I know I'd heard some very mixed reviews about it because some people were kind of disappointed that it wasn't a Alice in Wonderland retelling, like the title leads you on to believe, but you know, whatever. And this book, I enjoyed this book. I'm not gonna lie, I did enjoy it. However, I did not enjoy it as much as I enjoyed the first book, but I still enjoyed it. I enjoyed all the action that happened. It's just crazy, and I just, like, because of this series, I have been on, like, a zombie binge right now. Like, I don't know why, I have everything to do with zombies. Like, this entire series deals with zombies. I have yet to watch this seasons of Walking Dead, which I really need to do because I like zombies. I've been watching season 3 of American Horror Story, which is Coven, and there is an episode with zombies in it, and yeah, I'm just Zombie Central. And in my dance team's spring show, one of the songs in our opener routine sounds like there's a zombie in it, and I don't think anybody else hears that, but I point it out every single time. I'm like, am I the only one that thinks there are zombies? Like, I just have zombies on the brain. Like, it's bad. It's like Zombie Central over here for me. In this book, there are quite a few character developments and whatnot in this story. However, Kat still irritates the shit out of me. Who is it? There's somebody else on YouTube that I am subscribed to, and they actually read this series just recently too, just like I did. They read the first 2 books. I don't know if she's continuing on with the 3rd book, but she raved about it and she loved it. And she loves Kat, and Kat annoys the crap out of me. I don't know what it is. I can't stand her, and I feel like she gets worse with each book, and I don't like her. We also get to see more of Allie, even though she's the main character, but you know, I feel like she develops quite a bit from the first book to the second book. She becomes more confident in who she is and everything, and I really enjoy Allie. I really do like her. I feel like she's definitely the type of friend you want. She's loyal, and she'll stick with you till the end, no matter what, even if it happens to be dying because of a zombie attack. She's definitely somebody you want, and I would love to have Allie, like, as my friend. We also get to see more of Frosty in this book, which I thought was very interesting because in the first book, you know, a bunch of the other Slayers are mentioned, but we really don't get to see much of them. They're either in short parts and scenes, but there's never one-on-one time with Allie and other Slayers besides Cole. She's the only one we really get to know throughout this series. And for me, Frosty and Bronx seem like the 2 most mysterious out of the group, since we know a lot more about Cole, since Allie and Cole are kind of dating and have a thing going on. And I really enjoy Frosty, to be honest. I think he's one of my favorite characters in this series. He's definitely kick butt, and he's really funny and sarcastic, and I just love him. I want to get to know more of Bronx, and like we kind of get his background story from one of the other Slayers when they're talking to Allie about it, but we really don't find out much about him because he really doesn't speak much. But we do get to see that he has developed a love for Reeve, one of Allie's really good friends, as well as their medical doctor's daughter. And you know, it's kind of forbidden from the debate, but you know, whatever, they're gonna do what they want to do. And so I definitely want to see more of Bronx. I want to hear more from his side. I want to hear more of him and get to know him better because he just sounds really terrifying. And this book kind of tore my heart apart at the seams because we finally got to the point at the end of the first book that Allie and Cole are together and they're officially a couple and everything, and then everything goes downhill when Cole just decides he can't do it anymore because he's scared of losing her, and that's why he doesn't want to continue with this relationship, because if he loses her, it might be his breaking point, his final straw, and he may not be able to do things anymore. And the fact that his ex-girlfriend comes back into the picture because he invited her and one of her other Slayers to come help them while they're trying to rebuild what has happened after their battle with Anima Industries makes me mad, and especially tore my heart apart when he was having this little confession session with her in the woods, and he's telling her that, hey, yes, Veronica and I did things, and she's telling him to stop because she doesn't hear it, even though they weren't together, but they kept having a thing and whatnot, and it's not okay. It's not okay, and I couldn't deal with it. And I'm not sure how I feel about Veronica, because I kind of hated her in the beginning when we first met her, because obviously Allie hates her, and then it's like, oh, that's his ex-girlfriend. Oh my gosh, she still has a thing for him, and he kind of has a thing for her, and they kind of, you know, have a thing going on together. But then, I mean, I don't really know how I feel about her. I'm definitely not a big fan, but the other Slayer that comes along with her, Gavin, I freaking love Gavin. He is one of those man whore characters that is super sarcastic and super funny and is just trying to sleep with everyone, but he's just great. Like, everybody loves him. I love Gavin. Like, I think he's one of my favorite characters too. Especially, like, being new in this book. Like, I definitely love Gavin. And those man whore type characters always seem to be my favorite. I don't know why. I have a thing for them, and he's adorable, and I love him. And I really do like, though, how he's really funny and sarcastic most of the time, but he still has his serious moments. Like, when they're out hunting or something's going down, like, he's serious. Like, it's no more playtime. He knows when to be serious, and I love him. And I really hope he doesn't die anytime soon, because I don't know if I could handle that. I feel, as I'm going through these books, they're getting more and more sexual. Like, not just in this series, but, like, in general. Like, I don't know why, but I guess recently I just feel like every book I have read just has so much sexual content in it, and I just have never noticed it before, and I don't know if it's just because I'm all of a sudden picking up books that are more teenage theme, where we're getting to the age where sex, you know, is a big deal, or I've just been oblivious to this the whole time. But, like, every book I seem to read has, like, some sexual content. Like, Cole and Allie are, like, making out and, like, grinding up on each other in, like, every other chapter, and, like, you know, talking about sex and whatnot, and I'm like, when did this come into play in books? Because I really cannot think of a lot of books that have this, but also I'm pretty sure Gena Showalter, I know she writes a lot of adult novels, and I think they're more erotic romances, but I'm not sure, but I think it's weird. I feel weird reading YA with, like, sexual content in it. It's just makes me feel kind of uncomfortable. But, you know, I didn't know that was a new thing to write about. I feel like this series is kind of getting cliche, because in the first book it was the bad boy and the good girl, because, you know, Allie is a good girl. She hasn't done anything bad. She's best friends with some of the most popular girls in school, and then you have Cole, who skips class. He comes up beat up every day to school, and yeah, he's just all around known as don't mess with him. He has a big label that says, do not talk to me, don't come mess with me, and she's still attracted to him. And I feel like it's that, and then you also have Gavin, who's a giant man whore, and he wants the good girl, and it's kind of like a love triangle, but not really, because really, Allie and Cole want to be together, and they know they need to be together, but Cole broke up with her because he's scared, since Gavin and Allie have visions now that Allie and Gavin are going to get together, and then there's Cole and Veronica, and it's just really confusing, and I did not enjoy that part of the book, because I can't do it. But, you know, all is right with the world at the end of the book, because Cole and Allie end up back together because, you know, they finally come to their senses. I don't know, I just feel like this book is kind of filled with cliches, because, like, Gavin's the man whore, and, you know, he's, like, super hot, and he's got abs, and he can just sleep with any girl he wants, and, like, he wants the one girl he can't have. Like, I just feel like this book is filled with cliches. So, my theory about Justin being a double agent from Anima for the Slayers kind of got shot down really hard. And I was really hoping I was right, because I was like, I'm going to be right. No, I was wrong. He was tricked. He finally came to his senses while he was working for Anima and decided, you know, this is not right. I need to fix this. And this whole plot line with Anima has just stepped up a notch, and it is so interesting. And the fact that in the first book we were told that Anima is working to find a cure for something. We're not exactly sure what it is. All we know is that they're stuffing zombies into cancer patients or other people who have volunteered themselves to help find this. We later find out the background story behind Anima. It's this crazy guy whose daughter has leukemia, and he's trying to find an eternal life serum type thing to give her so she won't die, and maybe for himself and his son and whatnot. And, you know, it kind of breaks your heart that he's going through that, and to have anybody, like a friend, a family member, anyone you are close to have cancer, it's a very, very sad thing to watch. And you just have to basically sit there and you watch them die slowly and painfully, and it's definitely a really sad process to watch. And I can understand how he's desperate, because that is one of the worst ways to go, but killing other people for it is not right, and it's not okay for him to be doing that. So I can see his desperation, but his process to trying to get to the resolution was definitely not the right way to go, and it definitely did not help anybody in the end. It didn't even help him. He was gone. He's dead. He's gone. As well as this whole zombie alley type thing they threw in there. I thought that was a really interesting touch, because they said that once you die and you've been bitten by a zombie is when your soul turns into a zombie, but somehow Allie has managed to stay alive, and she has this zombie soul fighting with her actual soul over her body, and who's gonna win out? And it's just crazy. And I think that was a really interesting plot twist type thing to add into here, because she's not only battling zombies, she's battling the zombie inside of her, and they're also battling Anima industry. So there's like 3 different wars going on for this poor child, and she pulls it off. Like, she's like the prophet type zombie slayer. It's crazy. One thing I really don't understand about this book, and it kind of irks me in the first book, and then I was just really thinking about it in the second book, is the whole no cursing. There is not one horrible curse word said in this entire series. It may be started, but it never finishes. As if Cole has this rule, because Cole has this rule that there is no cursing around Allie, and I really don't understand that. Like, I mean, I guess he's trying to preserve that she's this still innocent little girl that he met at first, but I mean, she's hanging out with the Slayers. Like, if I'm out there battling zombies, like, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna slip a few shits or something other is gonna come out of my mouth. Like, there's no way you're gonna have me not cuss if something like this is going on. Like, I don't understand that happens, and why he cares so much, because she's been around it for, I guess, over a year now. I mean, I don't understand the whole no cursing. And also, like, why did she factor that into the story? I mean, there's a lot of, you know, making out and grinding against each other and, like, taking clothes off in this story, but yet there's no cursing. I don't understand the whole no cursing point in this series. Like, everybody knows when you're a teenager, you know, it's the forbidden words you're not supposed to say, so you say them anyways because you feel like a badass, but you're really not, because everybody knows the words. They're just trying to prevent you from using them because they're naughty, but I don't understand. Okay, one thing I don't understand these tattoos that they get. Cole, this is definitely an idiotic high school boy move, is the tattoos of, like, your girlfriend or whatever. He gets her name tattooed across his chest from nipple to nipple. Like, what even? Like, I understand you two are, like, in love and, like, you're gonna be together forever. That's what you think. But why get her name tattooed? Like, it's not like you're married. You just recently started redating. You both know you have issues. Yes, we know there's a strong connection there. But why would you go get her name tattooed? Like, that is just so stupid. I'm sorry. Like, he's gonna regret that later on in life if something ever happens to her, or, you know, they break up for good. Like, he's just gonna regret that, because that's a big ass tattoo. There's no way you can fix that. And also, Allie got tattoos in remembrance of her family. She got a little bunny for her sister and two crossed swords for her parents. And they're right here, like, on the insides of her wrists. So I'm confused as to if they're, like, big honking tattoos or if they're, like, little tattoos. But, like, I don't think you should really get tattoos on your wrist. Like, me personally, when I am able to go get tattoos, I would rather get them somewhere I can hide them. You get tattoos on your wrist, you can't really do anything with that. And, like, I just feel like those tattoos probably look really awkward on her wrists. Like, why not get them on your back, on your side, like, on your, somewhere you can hide it. Like, I just feel like that's a really awkward place for a tattoo, unless it's, like, one of those white girl tattoos that has, like, the little infinity sign that says, like, faith or, like, love or something. Like, I feel like it's a small horizontal tattoo that goes there, not, like, a square type tattoo. I don't know why I'm talking. I'm just... whatever. Anyway, so I rated this book a 3 out of 5 stars. It was okay. Not as good as I thought the first one was, and I'm actually currently reading the third book, and my opinions on it so far are So we'll see how I feel at the end of that, and whether or not I will continue on with the fourth book once it's released sometime this year. I have not quite decided, because I'm only 100 pages in to the third book, but it's kind of picking up and it's kind of getting a little better, so we'll see. Let me know in the comments if you have read this book and what your thoughts were, and we can talk about characters or anything. Yeah. So I'll see you guys next time with a Book Talk Top 5 Wednesday or a tag video. Until then, I'm Chrissy. Goodbye!